Sunday. I'm actually out on my little back porch thing. It's like 6 degrees in Iowa. I mean, well, hey, let's pay a little homage to the shoe, to Mr. Shoe over there. It's about that time, about that temp, about that day. I'm not wandering outside this morning. I gotta jam this out. I think I'm happy I up to the shop. I wound up working through the weekend. Even though it was Valentine's Day, I came home and cooked the lady a meal. Felt good about myself. My friend Ophir over there at the Zip Zone. If you're Des Moines local, when he opens up this spring, go frequent his establishment. It's fun. He's got logo carts and miniature golf and stuff. It's actually a great family outing. Bouncy house for the kids. I mean, he's got some cool stuff there. Well, in response, he brought over his wife's Lexus SUV. It's an older model. It's 11 years old now, but it's in really good shape. They take really good care of it. I had some parking lot damage on the rear bumper. So he wanted to hang out. He wanted to help. You know, I had him wash the car because it was filthy, but he wanted to help. And I have a serious issue with even a friend or a colleague, whatever, being there when I'm tearing apart a car. I'm not sure how it comes apart. Well, I broke a couple of the buttons off the rear bolts before I figured out they were bolts, not buttons. So I had to take and plastic weld those back on. Worked great. I had plastic weld the part of the bumper that was broken. None of the exterior was broke. I used a heat gun, rubbed some stuff back into shape. That's about it. So anyhow, he's going to help me establish the hard structure for my booth, and then I'll come in. I got to drop a ceiling on it and build doors. But okay, that's not a big deal. So I spent the day doing a damn good job on that bumper cover for him. I got it painted last night. Got up out of there. Cut up some pallets for firewood at the house and came home. And Friday I learned that a family that I'm very close with, the mother of the family, she had passed away. She fought her battle for almost 20 years in and out of chemo. And this broad was hard as nails. And when people have to deal with mortality, different people deal with things differently. The industrious ones, the doers, they get a sense of urgency. They look at their own odometer and realize, shit, there's just not a lot of time left. What am I going to do? And they get a sense of urgency about them that is commendable. So this old girl, her name is Kathy Hibbert, and the stories. I mean, she was an absolute character. She was, mother to 2, grandmother to 4, 6, I think. And the oldest of them are in their 20s. Oldest of the grandkids are in their 20s now. And I remember one day, I just want to share this quick story, and then I'm going to bugger off, because I think we need to stop and remember those that have come and share the stories. One day we went over there, and Larry, her son, he's the one pretty much responsible for me getting interested in cars, hobbying on cars mechanically. And then I started looking at body work and fabricating, and well, you've kind of seen the last few years of my life. We took a car back over there, and it was on its last legs. And his wife and I, we sat on the tailgate of my pickup truck. I had a hunk of Munster. We were chopping up and eating this Munster and watching Larry deal with his mom. And and this thing rattled and clanked, and it was at end of life. He pulls up there and he's trying to explain to her what's going on with her car, and she just pops a top. God damn it, Larry! They didn't make that sound when it left here. What the fuck did you do to this thing? You don't know what the hell you're doing. And on as Larry's trying to calmly placate his mother and explain to her that the poor car is at end of life. So his wife Brandy and I sat on my tailgate and watched this whole thing go down, trying hard not to laugh, because all we were going to do is antagonize the woman at that point. Eating our Munster cheese. So that's my story for the day. Something to reflect upon and get a chuckle for folks, you know. But on to for us, the living, on to what's going on in existence. We love, we lose, we move on, we grow. I think it's all can be asked of us. I hadn't spoke to Larry in many years, just here and there. Polite conversation. They came over, and he and his wife came over to the shop yesterday, and we hung out. It was nice. So, the shop itself, man, I mean, we're just coasting along. It's not rocket science. It's not anything crazy. I'm behind on the Monte Carlo, which really pisses me off, and it's my fault. I wanted out the 1st, and here it is, the 14th already. A project like that, it's upside down. But I'm not gonna chop major corners to get it done. Finally got a space I can tear it apart. I got that I'm behind on. I got a Mercedes, a Chevelle, a Le Mans. I'm behind. But it's just me, so okay. I do got some folks that are interested in learning. I told them I wouldn't pay them to come in and learn. I just wouldn't. But if they wanted to come in and learn and have access to a shop and my skills and knowledge I've progressed over the years, they're welcome to. As you can hear, I got a cat yelling. That's pretty much what's going on, though. I'm just playing catch up. I got that Collision out. I got to button down on some video again. I get home at night and I just don't do work. So I got to start dragging the computer off to work and editing footage again. That's going to be my goal next week. So coming next week, I'll be cutting lights and wiring into the hard structure of what's going to be my paint booth. I'll have to get materials for the ceiling soon enough. I think I got stuff I can make doors out of, so that's cool. All I'm going to have to do for the doors is go get hinges to use and go from there. Man, that's it in a nutshell. There's not a lot going on, not a lot of traffic going on, which is okay. I get calls and I talk to folks, I visit people. I'm going to go look at a 59 Camino I hope to get started on soon Monday. Got a guy with a 57, 58 Belvedere / Fury. He's going to start bringing me parts. He wants to do a lot of the teardown and clean up himself. He's going to do as much as he can himself. He's going to build the engine. He's going to send the transmission off, which I think is cool as hell. So we're going to start chopping up fenders and making them whole again, because the 4-light headlight assembly, that eyebrow is just gone. So that's in the works. That's what's going to be coming along. There's going to be metal fabrication, lead work. It's going to be a good deal. So, I mean, so long as the guy has a budget to support the work, the fenders and the doors are going to take some doing. I told him he's got to bring them down so I can look at them. He already got a quote to get the metal straightened out reasonably, where we'd start doing body work, and I put him up at or over 10 grand. That's rough. That's a rough car. So that's where all that stands right now. We're just kicking it and moving on with the punches. Flying solo's been relaxing. So I guess I'm gonna leave you guys on that note. Don't forget your sense of urgency. Don't forget those that have passed before us, because they've definitely shaped our lives, whether we realize it at the moment or not. And I hope you all had a good holiday, a good Valentine's Day with your friends or lovers or spouses, or hopefully it's all three. But I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to check on my little family here, and then I got to get to work.